That was gross, and it tasted like pickles. Hey guys, it's Cassie, and today I'm going to be telling you how depressing my journals are! Yeah! I'm going to be reading you some pieces in my journal. This is very, not difficult, but it's it's a personal thing. I don't consider myself a writer, and I don't consider myself an artist, even though I do a lot of art projects just to do them, and I write a lot just to write. I think I've said this before, but I think that it's very important to write down your feelings, especially if you're not one to tell people what's going on in your life and you just want to handle it on your own. Writing down those feelings it's very helpful. It's so helpful. I think that's why I started writing, because I was dealing with a lot, and a lot of things were happening in my life that I didn't want to talk about with anybody. I didn't think anyone really understood, and so I just decided that I was just going to write. This one is my main journal that I write in. Me and my sister have the same one. A lot of things that I write are about boys. Yeah. If you know me at all, I really don't have boyfriends. Boys are dumb to me. So it's kind of ironic how a lot of the time I write about boys, and I write about love and the feeling of love and the feeling of heartbreak, when I really have never been in a relationship in my life. And a lot of people, I think, can relate to the fact that I am also that friend that gives out a bunch of relationship advice but never have relationships of my own. So I guess that's kind of what's so ironic about what I write about in my journals. So without further ado, let's just get on into this. I do write a lot of things in here that are kind of very sad and depressing, and it's not because I'm a very sad, depressing person. I have more things to say about the sad things in my life. It's not good or it's not bad. It's just, we're human beings and we're gonna be sad, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to write about it. This one was 4:12 a.m. The part of my heart that loves you is very stubborn and protective of its thoughts and feelings, no matter the distance, miles, minutes, hours, states, cities, oceans, stars, galaxies, etc. This part of my heart will always remember you, and this feeling, when it hears your name or thinks of you, will always be there. I don't know. Alright. I don't know if I'll ever see you again, and God, do I wish that these last few months weren't so hard on us, friends, and possibly more. I wish we could have had the chance to be more. We would have been magic. We would have been legendary. And then when I wrote that, I was like rereading it, and then I wrote this from just the word legendary. I looked at the word legendary, and this is what I wrote. I wrote it at 5:25 a.m. We could have been magic. We could have been legendary. You could have been the king, and I would have given anything to be your queen. I do not believe me and you met to say goodbye. I believe that we met to walk away, to live our lives, find ourselves, and then meet again at the right time. I honestly could be wrong. Totally, completely, insanely wrong. But God, do I hope that I'm right, or at least God takes this whole thing under consideration. Maybe when we meet again, you know, at the right time, then maybe that means God knew it all along. What the? Maybe that means God knew it all along. Maybe He took us away from each other so we could take the right steps to finding each other this time. Could that be possible? Meeting again, the right time, being away, could that be good? Finding each other years down the line, would that be better? Maybe. So the next two that I'm going to read, I didn't actually write them on these dates. I wrote them about these dates. And I think that these two are really ironic and kind of just funny because I was very naive about a certain person. It's just crazy to see how since then I I've grown and I've become my own person, and I have started to live for myself and not really depend on anybody else for feeling a certain way. And I think that that's what's cool about writing. You can look back and see how far you've come from things and say, wow. This one is about January 20th, 2016. The day I fell in love with him, when I finally came to terms with it. I fell in love for the first time. And with that, it's just such a naive thing to think. My dad told me one day, he said, it's not so much of, oh my gosh, yes, I'm totally in love finally for the first time. It's, wow, I think I love this person. And it's not even saying I think I'm in love with this person. It's like I think I love this person. And then as you go on, you fall more and more and more in love. With this situation that I wrote this about, at the time, on January 20th, 2016, at the time, I literally thought in my head, wow, I really love this person. But I confused loving someone and lust and being in love with someone. And that's just a whole part of growing up and really understanding life and love and relationships and all that good stuff. The next one is about July 16th, 2016. He was falling in love with her as I was falling in love with him. I stepped back from him and us and our friendship. I had to really take a good look at this and everything in my life. I've missed him every second, but this is what I needed. I needed to take a step back to recap, to accept and to understand. I'm recovering, healing, accepting, and understanding, more now than I ever had. That was the day that this particular situation I realized was nothing like I had began to believe that it was. I learned a huge lesson. Not everything is what it seems. Not every person you fall in love with is gonna fall in love with you back. And sometimes you really aren't even falling in love. It's just the idea that you could fall in love with this person. The next one is probably one of my favorite things that I have written because it's short, but it's so straightforward to the point, and it's a true feeling, and it's a true understanding of what actually happened. So I wrote this on July 19th, 2016. He didn't need me. I needed him. And I needed him to need me. I needed him to say that he needed me, and he did. He said that he needed me. But he didn't mean it. And it doesn't even matter because I believed it. It's basically about someone lying. It's about someone lying to you about how much you mean to them. And basically just dragging you along and then forgetting, acting like you never existed, and deciding that you never really mattered to them. The next one I'm going to read is something that I wrote just this month. It shows how much I've grown since everything else that I've written in this journal. I wrote this one on December 20th, 2016. I'm no longer in love with anyone. I think I've finally forgotten the boys who broke my heart. Of course, I still think about them, care very much for them, but I no longer am in love with them. I mean, I guess I'll always love them. I'm not sure of it actually. But I think I just decided, I mean really just in the last 10 minutes, that I need to love someone worthy of my love, who will love me back and not be scared. I need to love someone who will never be scared to love me, and that will teach me all the things I didn't know about the world, about myself, about loving someone and staying, about keeping promises. I truly have potential to love anyone. A drug dealer, a musician, a designer, a small town boy who grew up with a beagle for a family pet, a cop, a military man, a firefighter. Anyone at all could be my soulmate, even a kid that grew up with the hobby of riding dirt bikes. I think I'm obsessed with this idea, and I think I obsess over it way too much. But I can't help it. I've loved before. And I believe that I've been in love before. Actually in love. But I've never been in love with the right person. The right person hasn't loved me back yet. I'm convinced those boys I loved had every bit of potential to love me back, but they took the easy way out. I was bigger and better than what they thought they deserved. I was something they were not sure of, and that scared them. They pushed me away and didn't let me in. They let me in and promised me the world and then erased me from existence. They touched my body and decided they couldn't love me. In the end, it didn't matter because they weren't the right one. Neither of them were. And no matter how many times I tried to convince myself that one of them was, that one of them just had to be the one, I was wrong. Because anyone, really, anyone, not just the boys I thought that I loved, but anyone could be the one. And I can't wait to find them. Alright guys, that's it for the video. I hope that you liked my journal entries. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. I'll try better next time. There will definitely be a few more videos about my journal entries. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more things with my longer pieces, as in making videos and visuals for those ones. Yeah. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, obviously. And then if you want to, all my social media links will be down below. You can follow those if you want to. And subscribe. So share my channel, share my videos, tell everyone to subscribe. And definitely if you have friends that love writing, that just love writing and want some inspiration, I got them. Tell them to subscribe. Tell your mom and your dad and your cousins and your brothers and your sisters and your dogs and your cats and your fish and your spirit animals and your everyone and anything to subscribe. Because I'm desperate for those right now. I'm not gonna lie. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be a New Year's video, so look forward to that one. It's just gonna be a recap of the last year and the last New Year's video that was shit. So let's get this. Okay, bye.